her story is really fascinating. Anne, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Pascal. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. Yes.
I'm glad to be with you on this call once again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that opportunity. Good evening, friends. I also want to thank Alan for giving me a chance to be the one speaking and sharing my story. I don't take it for granted. Thanks so much, Alan. Just give me a minute. I check my camera seems to be a bit challenged. So my name is Anne Ngoa, and I'm very excited to be the one sharing with you my story. And I don't take it for granted for the call. I want to welcome you and request you to pay attention to my story. It might be a story that you have been waiting for to change your life. And for the distributors who are here, I want to share my story that maybe it can be a blessing to somebody. So you will allow me to introduce myself using slides. So let me start sharing my slides. I want to introduce you to my family. So my name, as I said, is Anne Ngoa. Pascal, can you see my slides?
Yes, I can see them very clearly. Okay. I can see Mr. Ngoa as a young person.
Wow, that is me and my family. And this is the gentleman I fell in love with some over 30 years ago. So I'm a mother, and you can see I'm married. This is Ivy, our firstborn daughter, and this is Miles. So 21 years ago, I had been working for Barclays Bank. I worked for Barclays Bank for around 17 years. And we went through what we call conversion. And after the conversion, I was one of the people who were invited to take part in that process. So after the conversion, my boss invited me and told me that you have done such a good job. And I was expecting a promotion because when you have done a good job, when you are employed, you expect to be given a merit. So when I was invited to the office one morning and I found a Mzungu and a black, my boss waiting for me, and they welcomed me so warmly and they told me to sit down. I was expecting to be given a good letter. But unfortunately, what happened is that they congratulated me for the good work we had done. And later they told me, unfortunately, we want to tell you that your job has fallen away. And so we do not have any more. So we don't need your services anymore. That reached me as a shock. It was such a shocking moment for me because, as you can see, my children were this small, for 7 years and 4 years. And I looked at these children and I became like, I was a desperate mother. In addition to that, my parents back home, I come from Western, they were sickling, and being the firstborn, I was taking care of their health issues. I was the one to provide for their medication and take care of their needs. So when I was told that I don't have a job anymore, that reached me as a very serious shock. I started crying. I started wondering how I was going to overburden my husband, Mr. Ngoa Mangati, with all my, personal effects, taking care of my parents. And I didn't see how I was going to survive that life. So when a friend met me crying in the office, wondering what to do, she told me that I'm going to invite a lady to talk to you. And she invited Judy Jeru. And I always forever will be grateful to Judy, who is my sponsor, my upline. She met me in that situation when I was crying and I did not know myself. I was depressed. And she invited me for a cup of coffee, which actually did not make sense because usually when you go out for coffee, you are going out to have fun. That particular moment, it was not fun at all. I was crying, deeply crying. When she talked to me, I didn't see myself succeeding in this business because I had never been in business. So she promised she was going to help me to support me if I'm willing to get started. At that particular time when my husband could not talk to me anything that I could understand, he decided to buy for me a book called Who Moved My Cheese? And I will encourage people to learn how to read books. I'm a person who doesn't like reading a lot, but that day I found time to read that book and it spoke to me. It talks about change. I realized that I was hanging on a job that had already gone. So when that book spoke to me, I decided to leave my employment, although I had been told that I no longer have a desk. I continually went to the office, following up on my cheese that I had left. So when I finished reading that book, I stood up, I went to my boss and I told him, now I'm ready to go. And that particular time, Judy received me outside employment. That was in 2002, July. And this is the year I'm celebrating my 21st year of being in your life. And she promised she's going to hold my hand. Another reason is that the reason why I said yes very fast is because where I was working, when you leave employment, you lose your friends. Yeah, you lose your friends. And when you lose your friends, they don't want to associate with you because you'll become a burden. You'll become a beggar. And that's one thing I don't like. And that is why I was crying. I don't like being overburdened to people and begging people for everything that I need. So when Judy told me that I will hold your hand, I automatically knew that I was going to have a new friend outside. The beauty is that we had been working with Judy, so she understood the background where I was coming from. She had left earlier. I always call her John the Baptist, who went out early to survey the land and later received Jesus. So Judy came out, started living the life outside employment, and when she realized it cannot work, she decided to join Your Life, and she was opening doors for some people like me. So I joined. We have been in Your Life since 2002, and it has been a very exciting year. When I joined, I was crying. I was desperate for change. I was actually desperate for change. And I came with all of myself. I joined, I became very teachable. Every morning I'll meet Judy, my mentor, and we'll talk, take tea together. I always say that I was nurtured and a cup of tea. We will take tea together. We'll work with Judy together. She will instruct me what to do. And I was teachable enough and I followed what she told me to do. The first thing I remember she told me to do was that when I came, I had a challenge. I think you can see this photo. This is a very healthy Luya woman. Because where I come from, I'm married in Ukambani, and the Luyas believe that in Ukambani there is no food. So when I got married to Mr. Ngoa Mangati, the first thing was to invest in my weight so that I don't embarrass my husband when I take him to Luya land. So you can see the kind of size I was so much overweight. So Judy told me, when you come to our organization, the first thing we don't show you how to make money until we take care of your health. So she put me on a program, which is a weight management program. And thank God that in only 1 month, I had lost 10 kilos. And I did not lose 10 kilos because of the problems I was having. I lost 10 kilos because I changed my lifestyle. The kind of food choices I was making, the kind of, the activities I was involved in. And I realized after losing weight, I became so excited. My morale changed. I became very happy. My dress code changed. And, everybody now was asking me, what have you done? And that story of what have you done became like music in my ears, because I was this person who doesn't know how to talk to people, even to approach anybody to recommend anything. But through that story of losing weight and people wanting to admire me and wanting to be like me, my business opened up. And that's why how I started doing my business, because I will tell Judy, I have a friend who like to lose weight, take me to talk to them so that I can, we can explain the products to them. And with the support of Judy and also the team, because we were training together, I was able to start making some money, some little money. I'll go home with some food. My husband started seeing a different me. And he was saying, if you're happy with what you are doing, I'm ready to support you. And I thank God that Mr. Ngoa was there to support me. And we grew very fast. In 4 months, we had become directors. And as a director, I replaced my net income because we became directors and life started there. So we have been here 21 years of good life. And in fact, I never have regrets why somebody gave out my name for retrenchment. Because if I would not have been retrenched, the kind of life I've experienced today, I will never, ever have experienced. So when we became directors, we were told life starts at director level. Another thing is that when I started believing in the products, I introduced my children who are always sick, we had a personal doctor, whereby when the children are sick and I'm not around, I'll tell the house girl or house help, go to the doctor so and so, even if you don't have money, I'll go and sort later, because we had created a relationship with a doctor. But now, after I started using the product, the supplements for children, on my children, they became very healthy. I stopped going to see the doctor and I became a very excited mother. And the same thing I did was to introduce the supplement to my mom, who was having arthritis and high blood pressure, my father the same. And they started becoming very excited. One thing I remember, I never went to tell them that I lost my job. They started seeing the changes that were happening in the home, and they wondered what happened. So one day I went home and told my mom that pray for me because the company I'm working for right now is taking me to South Africa. And she was wondering how in my village, nobody had ever traveled to, outside the country. She was wondering, are you sure you are going there and coming back? You know, the way sometimes parents can hold on to a child. And she went to church and, there they prayed and they said, I'm going to fly out of the country and they do not know, what happens out there. She was so excited, but she was afraid. I thank God that I opened the chapter of people flying in and out of the country through me. And I got to understand why God had to allow me to leave the bank so that I can come and change our home background. Another thing, of course, I've enjoyed is personal development. I was not the person that you can see here today. I've totally changed. Things have changed in my life until I say, thank God that I joined New Life. Because if I continued to working the way I was working, one, I'll be very old. Right now, you'll be talking to a very old woman. But this, because of personal development and personal care, I've been able to improve myself, whether it's mental improvement, I'm able to talk to people, I'm able to train people, I'm able to mentor people, and I'm very excited that I'm a different kind of a person, even in the society. Another benefit that I've gotten out of this business is, of course, I've been able to make a lot of money. As I said, on my 4th month, I became director and replaced my salary. At that particular time, I became, the company took us, me and Ngoa, to Windsor to learn leadership given us. And we were there for a full week. And at Windsor, what happened in Windsor is that we learned how to play golf. And I reminded myself that only the rich people play golf. I always tell people that we were taken to Windsor to have our mindset change from, poverty mentality to thinking wealth. So when we were there, people will cook for us food, they'll take care of our beds, we'll sleep on white sheets, wipe with white towels, many of them at the same time, eat the kind of food that I had never eaten before. And that was a very exciting moment. Then when we came from there, we started leading people and developed more directors. The following year, which was 2003, that's when we were told, now you need to get passports, you are going to travel. And let me tell you, I never knew how to live well until I joined New Life. My lifestyle has totally changed. I've visited many countries that I would never have visited. We went to Johannesburg, and thank God that's where I met my friend Pascal, and we were so excited. I could chomea nyama choma. And I said, wow, now I can have international friends. Then from there, we came back and worked very hard. And I remember in 2004, the company took us to Mauritius. We were, they spread a red carpet for us because of the performance. We thank God for the performance. And we went on. 2005, we were told, now it is time to take you to Las Vegas. And I can show you where we were. I think this slide can tell you this is where we were. That is in 2005. You can see me here carrying a lot of luggage. And if you look keenly, you may see Pascal in one of these photos. I can see somewhere here. So the company has been taking us all over the world. We have gone to UK, we have gone to Dubai, we have gone to Zambia, Victoria Falls, and we have been, traveling all over the world. I remember this photo here, we were with Jude in Sun City, and it is very exciting. The other one, we were with Ngoa in Cape Town. And it is very exciting when you can travel with your loved ones, because love increases when you spend time together. And I'm so excited that this business has actually improved our life, even family life. We now travel with our children to different places, and we are very excited. And God has blessed us with people that we can mentor. We have made a difference in people's lives. It's no longer about us. It is about people who come into our lives. And we see them the way we started. And we say that we are going to spend time to mentor people to become like us, because somebody somewhere took time to mentor us and to take care of us. So today I thank God for this opportunity, because of the things that have happened in my life. I've enjoyed good association with positive people. In your life, when you're in your life, it doesn't matter what is happening around you, like now what is happening in our country. When we spend time with the positive people, you realize that whatever could be happening externally does not affect you. And we learned that what is within you is bigger than what is outside you. So in your life, we mentor people on living positive lives. And also another thing I've learned is that how to invest in my health and also invest in my future. I remember that when people retire, right now I'm of the age of retirement. And when people retire, one of the things that happen when people retire is that they become very lonely. I always tell my colleagues, my old colleagues, that I have an association of friends that will never end, because these are friends that are, for life. So I'm excited that I'm in a community of positive people, and there's no limitation. There is no limitation on how much we can do together. We are traveling together. And I remember last year we went to Dar es Salaam, and I can't wait. In October, we are going back there. It's very exciting. You can see this is a woman who is going retirement, but she has no time to think about retirement. And this life is very exciting. Life is for the living. And I could never have gotten this kind of life if I remained in the employment. So I want to thank God that he gave us this opportunity. What I can tell my fellow distributors is that we need to commit ourselves. We need to dream bigger. Let's help people to achieve their dreams, and ours will become better. So we are in this business not just for an impact in the society that we are living in. And I thank God that this business has also given us a chance to live healthy. I remember when I was working, we used to have a medical cover. And right now, because none of us, even my spouse, is no longer working, and this is our sole income, our cover is these supplements that the company has given us. I cannot even start explaining how these products have helped us to overcome some health challenges. I remember one day when I came, of course, of being overweight, I came with high blood pressure. I came with arthritis because they were running in our family. But through using supplements, my health has totally improved. My spouse one day, because of stress of where he was working, and one day he woke up and I just found him falling down because his sugar levels had gone very much high. And through these supplements, I can tell you that if you are here and maybe you are having health challenges, you can overcome your challenges by changing your lifestyle and also using our natural food supplements that the company has given us. So we thank God for this plan. We are making money. We have a place to be, and I'm very, very excited. So if I've been able to do it for the last 21 years, and I'm thinking the next 20 years, when we grow older, we can hand over our business to our children so that they can continue to the next generation. And I'm very, very excited. I have hope for the future, and I'm not worried. And I thank God that today I'm here to share my story, because somebody somewhere said you can do it. God bless you, Pascal. I return the meeting back to you so that you can close for us, and have a nice evening.
Thank you very much. And every time I hear your story, it's as if I'm hearing it for the very first time. I really appreciate your story. I mean, all those who are facing retrenchment, all those who are finding challenges in your job, there you have it, a story of an ordinary person who just took the courage to change the direction of their lives. And thank you very much for sharing your story with us. And one of the things that our company has done is to take advantage of technology to make the business easier to build. We've got online services. If you want to order products, you can do that online. If you want to register new people in your team, you can do that online. The moment you register, the company creates for you your own personalized website, a back office where you can manage and monitor your business. You can refer people to your website. Training is done locally, internationally, online services. For example, this meeting, we've got people from different countries attending this meeting. Delivery of products. Every market that the company is doing business, they contract courier companies to deliver products to our customers. Payment of products and payment of bonuses is done by online electronic funds transfer or mobile money. So the company has made the building of the business very, very efficient. Anne was talking about conventions. This is the last convention that was in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, for the East African region. It's going to be in the same place next year, in October the 28th. In Southern Africa, we are going to have our convention on the 14th of October in Pretoria. So if you are a distributor in any of those regions, mark those 2 dates. East Africa is the 28th of October. Southern Africa, which is Lesotho, Botswana, Swatini, Namibia, Mozambique, all those countries in the Southern Africa, we meet in Pretoria on the 14th of October. What do you need to get started? If you're in Botswana, speak to the person who invited you. They'll give you a registration form to apply to become a business builder. In Botswana, it's between 650